Are you ready, Mark?
Sure.
Are you sure you're ready?
Not really, but go ahead.
Take two.
Take two.
Well-
And action.
Action! Welcome to A Connection is a Connection, the show where we take a break from business talk and dive into the personal side of things. Today we're sitting down with our guest, Marc TV, to uncover the stories, quirks, and passions that may make them tick. Let's have some fun and get to know them like never before. But first, give a warm welcome to our guest, Marc. Woo! Hold on.
Is that my cousin from Willy Wonka, Mike TV?
Yeah!
Mark, did you say Mike or Mark?
No, she called me Marc TV.
Yeah, Marc TV, that's what we call him.
Oh, I thought that was like you ever see
Willy
Willy Wonka?
Wonka?
The little guy, Mike TV, and he goes inside the television
That's right.
from Willy Wonka, the original. See,
Yeah.
you're not old enough to see. That's the problem when you're
I
young.
know it. Yeah. I've seen
In the
it.
original one,
in,
Mike,
in Augustus
he was dressed like a cowboy,
Yes.
right?
with Johnny Depp or the other
No.
one.
No,
No, I watched the first one.
with Gene
Yeah.
Wilder,
Yeah.
like the original.
Well, you're not Mike TV.
You're Marc TV.
Marc TV. Okay.
Marc.
There was a wrestler named Johnny TV. Go ahead.
How do you say your last name?
Balin?
Balin. Balin.
No, bail in.
Bail in. Bail
Bail
in.
in.
Bail in.
Right. Don't bail out. Bail in.
All right, let's restart with his name on it. With his name.
I'm
Marc
corrupt. Look,
TV.
I'm corrupting her. Look, she's gonna. Gee, this on the.
You want me to start over?
Start over.
I'm going to say Marc TV again.
Take three. And the director's things.
We're going to get one of those.
Yeah.
I'm going to order them. Okay.
Action.
Welcome to A Connection is a Connection, the show where we take a break from business talk and dive into the personal side of things. Today we're sitting down with our guest, Marc Balin, to uncover the stories, quirks, and passions that may make them tick. Let's have some fun and get to know them like never before. First, give a warm welcome to our guest, Marc. Woo! Marc TV!
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for the invitation. I'm happy to be here. I'm proud to be here.
And you didn't get kicked out last time. See, I told you we didn't get a note.
It's early.
It's been a month. We're here to keep it light and fun, so let's jump into some questions. But first, can you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Sure. My name is Marc Balin. I am the founder and creator of On the Marc TV. I started about 2 years ago. Purchased it through a gentleman named Larry Witherspoon, which is part of the Connect to Your City television network. When I first started, it was about 80 channels. Now there's over 212 channels, so it's a very proud moment for myself. I have as my CEO, Denzel Smalls. I have as my CTO, Mr. Preston Weeks. And I understand we're again about to take a new young lady on as our COO, who has a degree in industrial psychology. It's a very proud moment that I have all these graduates that are impressed enough to want to help me do this. And just recently, we've been having some good news. We're about to have some midget wrestling on there called Little Mania Wrestling. And we just got the founder of AI, and there's a bunch of other people coming on, including A Connection is a Connection, which will have a show on the Marc TV.
We're so excited. It'll be awesome. We're so excited to have you back, and let's hop in some questions.
All right, Mark, you ready?
Sure.
If you would have dinner with someone in history, who would it be?
Wow, that's a great question. I'm pretty old, and I don't really. I told myself the other day I never even had a mentor. But when I first bought this television channel, the first person that came to my mind was Vince McMahon. I mean, I grew up loving professional wrestling. I just do. I've been liking it since I was 7 years old. I always found it to be sports entertainment, and I've always been a fan of it. And I watched Vince start off in high schools back in the 60s, and then he went to a network. He went to local TV, and then he went on to be a major a cable network, and now he's on major TV, and now he's on Netflix. So I know he's had some bumps in the road, but we've all had bumps in the road. And now that Vince is pretty much retired, but the way he just ran a business and accumulated things, and his love for professional wrestling, I've always been a fan. So if I had a chance to sit to dinner with Vince, I would have a loving, wonderful conversation with him.
What would you ask him?
I would ask him why. My own favorite question I always ask people is, why do you do what you do? Like, why? What made you first want this? Now with Vince, of course, the cumulative answer would be his father. His father started it, but his father had it as a local wrestling promotion in New York and New Jersey, where I grew up, and it was strictly like just local. And it was a bunch of local wrestlers going very local places and into armories and high schools and gyms, and it was very, very local. And Vince always had this dream of world domination, taking over every single piece of wrestling. And did he step on people's toes? Did he piss people off? Did he make people hate him? Sure. But the reason is now, but then after they stopped hating him, they started admiring him because they watched what he was doing. And now everybody's running the same program. So that's, he was a trendsetter before the word trendsetter was popular.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing. If you could be any WWE wrestler, who would you be?
Wow, that's a great question. Let's see. I would have the stamina of The Undertaker, the balls of Stone Cold, the body of The Rock, and I would have the mic skills of Chris Jericho.
Nice. Okay.
Does round or square pizza taste better?
I'm from New Jersey. Are you kidding me? Back in the 60s and 70s when we met people that we didn't like, we called them squares. Or nerds, so before the word nerd was popular or something like that or something, insulting, we used to call them squares because they just weren't cool. So there's nothing cool about there's nothing cool about square pizza. There's nothing cool about, the only kind of pizza is New York, New Jersey pizza, and it's all about the water. It's all about the water. If you don't have the right water, you don't have the right pizza, you don't have the right bread, you don't have the right anything. It's all about the water. And the only place to get the great water is New Jersey.
That Poland Spring, right?
God, no.
No, not Poland
Reservoirs. No, reservoirs.
Spring. No, but the water's really good out there.
Yeah, but it rains and goes into reservoirs. Yeah. And in the month of April, it rains so much in the end of March and early to early May that the rain accumulates in the reservoirs. So you get pure rain water, and they just clean it up. And that's like, you can drink the water right out of the New Jersey faucets. Like, literally.
That's wild.
Yeah, you can drink the tap water. I didn't even know what bottled water looked like until I got here. And Poland Springs is tap water. Sorry. Probably get in trouble for that too, but I saw it with my own eyes in New Jersey.
Huh.
Wow.
Guy was filling up green bottles with a tap.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's the proudest moment of your life so far, and why does it stand out for you?
Well, there's been a couple of proud moments. I mean, first of all, of course, I have to say the day I married my wife, I mean, she's been extra special to me for over 18. We're working on 19 now. She's been my ride or die since day one. She, told me this wasn't going to be our life, and she was right. She makes a lot of things happen with us and the family. She's a hard worker. She's diligent. She's relentless, and she's a special kind of lady. And I'm blessed to have her. Another proud moment was when I found out I was going to be an international best-selling author. That was pretty cool because, from being from Jersey, I don't think I could write a sentence without, having to, Google it. So, I kind of write like I talk, one complete sentence. So becoming an international best-selling author was pretty cool. So yes, when I became an international best-selling author, that was pretty exciting.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. If you could only subscribe to one YouTube channel for the rest of your life, which would you choose?
On the Marc TV. What else? ONTHEMARC TV, my own. I would watch my own YouTube channel.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
I would watch my own YouTube channel, and then yes, absolutely. I would just watch my own.
And your YouTube channel is amazing, so everyone should go check it out.
That's right.
Absolutely. What's the worst haircut or hairstyle you've ever had?
There was a day. I walked in. There was a day. This is a true story. So what happened was I was living in Lake Havasu about 25, 30 years ago, and I needed a haircut for work. And they told, go to this lady, go to this lady, go to this lady. And I said, okay. So I went to this lady for a haircut in Lake Havasu. And I don't want to insult anybody, talk bad about anybody, but I walked in, I showed her a picture. And there's George Clooney has a really cool haircut. I like it. So I kind of use that as my diagram of what I want, and most people get it. This lady did not get it. And she just said, you don't need that. I'm going to do it my own way. And it was the absolute worst haircut I ever had. I had to wait like 3 weeks for it to go away. Thank God my hair grows fast, but it was really bad. And probably when my father put a bowl on my head and used a homemade barbershop kit.
No.
Because that was actually very common. That was actually very common in the 60s and 70s.
Do you have a picture
Of a Q cut?
of your haircut?
No, I don't. No, I would. No, I would never make that public. No, no, no. It was brutal, man. Especially if your father was military.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you would get this bowl. He literally used the bowl. and a homemade barber kit
Wow.
That's interesting.
that came in a box.
Whoa.
You
A
still
barber
remember?
kit in a box, like it was yesterday.
Well, I'd have to say, I mean, as a hairstylist, communication is so important, and that both people have to be on the same page. Otherwise, it becomes a big mess.
Well, that's why I don't tend to. Probably in the wrong room saying this, but you know, when as sometimes I have a hard time getting a haircut from a young lady or a woman because even though I tell them it's my way, they still want to do it their way. That doesn't sound that doesn't sound familiar, does it?
No.
No.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Mark, there's a special question that we ask every single one of our guests.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I forgot.
WWJD, what would Jesus do?
Oh no.
He would laugh through the entire question.
Hold on. Okay, what are you,
Cut. It's okay.
okay. What are you doing for God?
Wow. Maybe lunch. Maybe lunch. After this, I'll go to lunch with him. Maybe I don't know. What am I doing for God? I don't. What do you do for God? I think I believe in God as one. I mean, I absolutely have complete faith in God. I believe there's a God. I absolutely believe there's one God.
Do you have a relationship with him?
Yes, absolutely. Matter of fact, me and him are on. I told you I have him on speed dial.
There you go.
We literally. I actually can send him text messages. I have been talking to God and myself for many years now, and I am blessed enough, and I've done enough things in my life for other people, and I've blessed enough people in my life to where I can actually ask for God for something, and He comes through for me because He knows I believe in Him. He knows I have true faith in Him. He knows that He's a very big part of my life, and not on the religious side of it, but the heart side of it, the faith side of it. I don't accumulate God through religion. I accumulate God through my heart and my soul and my mind. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with religion. Most people need organized religion to understand who they are and to be better people. But I always find myself to be a better person anyway. So I don't need excuses to be a better person. So I treat people very nicely and in general, and I try to treat them, kindly. So I've built a relationship with God to where I don't ask. There's a song by Jelly Roll now. God, I need, who am I to ask a favor? And he goes, God, I need a favor, but how come I only ask for favors when they need them? I don't. But I also try to do a lot of favors for God. So when I need one, He returns it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm liking his haircut.
I don't know why.
Maybe I'm like
You
Samson.
look really good.
Have you had struggles with God, like that you still have right now?
No, absolutely not. No, not in the slightest. No.
Or like things that you've questioned?
I've never struggled with God. Never. I've never struggled with God. I know exactly who He is and what He can do, and I know and who He's and what He is. I believe in Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Lord our God, the Lord is one. That's it. The Lord is one. That's it. And I mean, I'm sorry to I don't want to disappoint anybody, but there's one God.
Yeah.
If you believe in Allah, God bless. If you believe in Jesus, God bless. You as long as you believe there's something out there that's a higher power and that has a strength outside that created all this, and you believe in something, whatever you believe in, God bless. When you tell people that you don't believe in God, then what do you believe in? Because something, it didn't happen by a miracle, So you have to believe in something, and I was raised to believe in one God. That's it. And it's not that I don't believe there's not a Son of God, or I do believe there's an Allah. I believe there's all kinds of people, but I believe in one God.
Awesome. All right.
Sorry, I hope I didn't disappoint you.
No, that was a perfect answer.
That's not what they
You
said.
amazed us.
Oh, okay, because that's it's the truth.
No, it is.
It is.
If you had a pet parrot, what would you teach it to say?
Oh God.
I'm scared.
I would have him on the dashboard of my car, telling every bad driver to, and I'm trying to be polite. I ask of people, I don't ask much of people. I don't expect much of people. I expect you to be human. You were created to be human, and with that, by being human, you were created with emotions, feelings, pain, hurt, love, care, honesty, gratitude, diligence. You were created with a lot of meaning, okay? And I can't understand why when you get in a car, all that disappears. Why do you get in a car and decide that you're going to run people off the road, or you're not going to use a blinker, or you're going to go faster than you're supposed to? I mean, you were taught, I mean, as a Boy Scout, I was taught be courteous, be kind, be relevant. That's what I read when, by the time I was like 8 years old, I was saying that every day of my life. By the time I was 13, I said it every day as a Boy Scout. I said those words every single day. And be courteous, be kind. And if you look down the roads, there's signs that say, be courteous, be kind, be courteous, be kind. And I'm not saying that just about drivers. I'm talking about in general. Just when you wake up in the morning, be courteous, be kind. I mean, treat people better. Treat people like you want to be treated. There's a saying, do unto others as you do unto yourself. If you treat yourself with respect, shouldn't you treat everyone with respect? Shouldn't you treat everyone with honesty? Shouldn't you treat everybody, to the fullest abundance and diligence, and your gratitude should be always high, and you should be resilient. I mean, I'm in a book called The Art of Connection, 365 Days. Last year I was in a book called Gratitude. This year I'm in a book called Abundance. Next year I'll be in a book called Resilience. I wouldn't be in this book if I didn't believe those three words. I believe there's an abundance. I believe there's gratitude, and I believe there's a resilience. But what I mostly believe in is just be courteous and kind to others. It's just a right thing to do. You're taught that as a human. Just be human.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
love your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah.
Well, some people take that too far.
Like,
True. If you could relive one day of your life, which one would it be and why?
All of them.
Really?
I don't think I could get any of them right. Seriously, every day I make mistakes. I just do. I could probably accomplish so much more if I wasn't lazy. I get by on my mouth and my brain. If I had a better work ethic, I'd be just rich. I try to get, I don't know, sometimes I'd rather work smarter than harder and everything. And then I try to do things, I'm always trying to do things better, but I never take my own advice sometimes. And sometimes I can be lazy, and sometimes, and that hurts me as a business person. It does, because sometimes I don't have that hunger. Like, I guess maybe if I was 21 years old, I'd have that hunger, but I'm 63 now. So I don't have the same hunger I did when I was 21. And now that I'm 63, I have a desire, but I don't have the hunger. And the desire tells me to go out every day and become this, machine when it comes to networking. But I know that I could take it to another level if I, put more work ethic involved in it. And, and I get mad at myself. Well, I keep saying I'm going to do better. And, another day comes and, the TV's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. If you could make the ultimate sandwich, what would be on it?
The ultimate sandwich?
Yeah, the ultimate sandwich.
Oh, sandwich. Okay, so the ultimate sandwich. The ultimate sandwich would be, let's see. My ultimate sandwich is always bagels, cream cheese, and lox.
Yes.
Okay, that's the sandwich I grew up with as a child. It's my go-to. I love a good bagels, cream cheese, and lox every single time. Okay, forget the capers. Don't put the tomatoes. Don't put the onions. Just straight up bagels, cream cheese, and lox. That's one of my favorite sandwiches. My second favorite sandwich is probably, I like turkey, roast beef, and maybe a corned beef or pastrami on a deli. I love to add some coleslaw, Thousand Island dressing, or a Miracle Whip. I like roast beef on a Kaiser roll. I always add tomatoes.
But not on your bagels.
No, not on my bagels.
Not on your bagels.
No. But they're good on Big Macs. Yeah.
Oh.
I like a Big Mac too.
Oh, okay.
But bagels, cream cheese, and lox is my favorite sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have another question for you. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Wow, one meal for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It would have to be your favorite meal.
Yeah. What's your favorite meal?
Wow. pasta.
You weren't prepared for that one.
No, pasta. I mean, pasta. I would probably say, well, no. If I had to eat one meal for the rest of my life, it'd probably be salmon, because salmon is healthy for you, and I would eat salmon. My meal would be salmon, fresh vegetables or steamed vegetables, and coffee ice cream as my dessert. I always have coffee ice cream. Coffee ice cream is my favorite dessert.
I've never had a coffee
It's
ice cream.
so
Is it
good.
really?
I like coffee ice cream as my favorite dessert, and I would say I would have to eat salmon because it'd be healthier. I mean, my real meal would be pasta, but I'd be this size. So I would probably say if I had to eat something the rest of my life, it would be salmon and probably fresh vegetables and some rice.
Sounds good.
It does, actually.
Really good. What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten? Would you eat it again?
Oh, I always tell this story, but the strangest thing. Well, I'm married to an Indonesian woman, so she has me eating some really strange things.
Okay, so explain this ice cream sandwich to us.
Oh, well, my wife is born and raised in Indonesia, so we have American culture. We have a lot of things that don't make any sense. Okay, so we do a lot of things that we accumulate things as far, especially about food and things like that, makes absolutely no sense anywhere else but here. Okay, so when we see an ice cream sandwich, we think of it as 2 chocolate wafers with ice cream in between, and that's an ice cream sandwich. Well, overseas, when they hear the word ice cream sandwich, when they think of sandwiches, they think usually of a bread or something like that, or some kind of yeast thing. So they are like bread. So when I told my wife that I was gonna have ice cream, there was ice. I said, go in the freezer and get an ice cream sandwich. She goes, okay. So she went in the freezer. She got the ice cream. She took a spoon. She put it on a piece of Wonder Bread, folded it over, and put the ice cream in it, folded it, and then made an ice cream sandwich. And she literally thought that was an ice cream sandwich. Mm-hmm. And that's what she literally thought it was. So it wasn't the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. It was just the strangest thing I've ever seen. Bread and ice cream.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Bread and ice cream.
Exactly.
I don't know. I've never eaten bread and ice cream. Bread and ice cream.
Go with the next question.
You ever had bread pudding with ice cream?
Oh, yeah.
Then you had bread and ice cream.
Okay, there we go. If your house was on fire and you could only save one non-living thing, what would it be?
My television.
Really?
Yeah, I've been places where TV. I've literally. Yeah, I would probably kill for television. Seriously, I am. It's a sad addiction.
Really?
Yes.
Huh, interesting.
TV is an addiction. I was born to own a television channel. TV is an addiction.
There you go.
There you go.
Because
It's like an addiction. It's like seriously, I like go grab something and just like that's why I have 2 phones. Seriously.
Wow.
Oh, and probably Candy Crush Soda too.
Are you like Candy
I
Crush?
would say Candy Crush Soda. Yeah, I'm on level 4,950 or something.
Holy cow.
I'm closing on 5,000.
You must be a pro on that.
I play a lot.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. That is
And
it.
now dice streams too. I'm blowing too much money on that shit stuff too. Dice streams.
So what's your favorite game?
Dice streams.
Dice streams. What's your favorite
Candy Crush
show?
Soda. My favorite show?
Mm-hmm.
There's been a few. I would say Sopranos. Breaking Bad was really good. What else? My favorite shows. Anything wrestling,
Oh, there we go.
Awesome.
sports. I don't know.
Perfect. Well, that is it for our questions.
Mark, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to spend it with us. Can you give us a 30-second commercial of what you do and how people can connect with you?
Sure. So my name again is Marc Balin. I'm the founder and creator of On the Marc TV. I help you get your brand out there globally. You can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, 480-395-5754. You can also find me on Instagram under On the Marc TV, or you can find me at one of my 1,000 or more network events I go to each and every year. And also find me with a group called Network Together, which is my #1 networking community in which I'm also a board member, and they helped me get to be an international best-selling author in a wonderful book called The Art of Connection, 365 Days of Abundance. And I will be in New York on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because we were going to be on the Jumbotrons in New York City, and that's going to be Very
That
cool.
is
Nice.
awesome.
Next year,
Next year.
you guys could be the book.
That'll
You guys
be
are going to
so
be the book.
That's going to be so exciting. Well, thank you so much, Mark. It's been such a great time. And stay tuned for the next interview.
Oh.